Live, late breaking. WESH 2 News Sunrise on CW18 starts now.
Good morning on this Thursday. I'm Meredith McDonough.
And I'm Jason Guy. Right now at 9 o'clock, a Florida Highway Patrol trooper opens fire after a chase in Flagler County. What investigators say happened in the moments leading up to the pursuit.
Plus, 2 teens have been arrested in connection to a shooting in Sanford that left a 16-year-old girl dead. The charges the boys are now facing.
We got multiple victim type things, multiple victims. I need every unit you can find.
And breaking news right now from Maine. At least 16 people are dead after a man began shooting at 2 different businesses there.
Everybody knows everybody. It's a peaceful community. Like, the worst thing that you're afraid of happening is a jaywalker. Like, this doesn't happen in Maine. It doesn't happen here.
I mean, this is an all hands on deck situation. So yeah, you can train for this, but you can never be completely prepared.
Right now, police in the area are still searching for the gunman. That man, authorities say, is 40-year-old Robert Card.
Officers believe Card is armed with an AR-15 style rifle. NBC's Bree Jackson reports Card has approximately 20 years of military service and was reported to have been committed to a mental health facility for 2 weeks this summer and then released.
At least 15 to 20 people were killed and dozens more injured in the mass shooting in Lewiston, Maine.
It's an absolute travesty. I mean, this is something that you never expect.
The shootings happened in at least 2 locations, a bowling alley and a restaurant.
Out of nowhere, he just came in and there was a loud pop. Thought it was a balloon. I had my back turned to the door. And as soon as I turned and saw that it was not a balloon, he was holding a weapon, I just booked it.
Brandon hid behind the lanes on top of the pin machines until police arrived. Officers named 40-year-old Robert Card as a person of interest in the attack. According to law enforcement, he is a trained firearms instructor, believed to be in the Army Reserve, and recently reported mental health issues, including hearing voices and threats to shoot up a National Guard base in Maine. As the search for Card and answers continues, people in the community await word on their loved ones and friends.
I just feel sad. Like, I want to know who, where, when, why. Like, why would he do this? Like, why in Lewiston, Maine?
Just pray for the families, pray for these victims. God, things have got to change. We have to start doing better.
Another mass shooting in America, another community devastated. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
As news broke of the shooting last night in Lewiston, President Biden called Maine's Governor Janet Mills and several members of Congress representing the state. He offered full federal support in the wake of this horrific attack. Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas has also been briefed. A DHS spokesperson writes in a statement, quote, "The entire Department of Homeland Security grieves with the loved ones of those killed and injured and stands with the brave law enforcement officers and first responders who are currently working to secure and safeguard the people of Lewiston." The FBI Boston Division says they are also coordinating with law enforcement partners at all levels. They're offering help with evidence response, investigative and tactical support, as well as victim assistance.
And this shooting marks yet another tragic milestone for the United States as the number of mass shootings in our nation this year increases. We want to bring in Sheldon Dutez to go over those numbers. This is really giving us a lot of perspective here. Where do we stand in shootings for 2023?
It's all staggering, Jason. The shooting in Maine marked the 565th mass shooting in our country just this year alone. I want to show you some of the numbers to see how that compares to previous years. Over the last 5 years, there were 645 mass shootings in 2022, 688 the year before, 610 in 2020, 414 in 2019, and 335 in 2018. This is all based on information from the Gun Violence Archive. Now, they have defined a mass shooting as a shooting that results in the death or injury of 3 or more people. The shooting in Maine far supersedes that. And if the trend of mass shootings so far this year continues, experts predict that this year could end yet again with more than 600 mass shootings, guys.
Sheldon, thank you. Now, this shooting also brings up a question for many parents. How do I talk to my children about mass shootings?
And Christina Watkins is joining us now. Christina, child psychology and parenting experts are saying this really does vary when you come to talk to your child at a different age.
It really does, Jason and Mayor. First and foremost, experts suggest avoiding this topic with your children altogether until they're at least 8 years old. Now, that's the recommendation from the American Psychiatric Association and the American Academy of Pediatrics. After that, experts say there's no correct answer on how you should approach it, but they do offer some recommendations. Counselors suggest first, process your own emotions. We all have to ask ourselves how we're feeling about this. Experts say children react based on how the adults do, so you want to stay as calm as possible. Now, if you do have to talk to kids younger than 8 years old about this, parenting experts say keep the story simple and short. Also try to focus on some of the heroes of this story, like police officers and other first responders who are working to save lives. Now, if your younger kids, those in elementary school, so happen to come across pictures or videos of the shooting, experts say try to immediately find positive ones about the community helping each other. For tweens, experts say listen to their feelings, remind them you are there, and it's okay to feel sad, worried, or confused. Now, for the older kids, those teenagers, therapists say you want to do the same with them, hear their feelings, but also make sure you go a little bit deeper with them because they are more mature and may be able to handle hearing the details of this. But again, exactly how you start each conversation with your child depends. But these guidelines, experts say, will hopefully make it a little bit easier to navigate this difficult conversation. Mayor?
Christina, all good information. Thank you. And West News will continue to bring you any breaking updates all morning long as we learn more information on this shooting. You'll find the very latest on air and through our website at WESH.com and our free alerts you can get on the West 2 News mobile app.